What is up everyone, Terry here with a new League of Legends video, and today will be a bit different. Since the new season has started a few days ago, I thought I'd do a ranked solo queue guide for Season 5 so that you can achieve your desired elo. Basically what I'll do is I'll go through some tips, some very basic, some more in-depth, and later on build a plan for you which you can follow or not, but it will be an example how we can approach ranked for this season, and it might work out for you. I actually did some coaching for people at Reddit on Summoner School and also for some friends, and in most cases it worked out pretty well. Some achieved 2 divisions and higher than they normally did and what they usually had. For some it didn't work out too well, so you just have to figure out if it works out for you. I myself achieved Diamond in Season 3 and played another account to Diamond in Season 4, so it was Diamond 1 on one and Diamond 3 on the other. Then I kind of stopped playing ranked because of university again, but now I have some more time, so I'll look to get back into ranked and achieve Diamond hopefully again. But yeah, I just felt like I might do this video right now since it's the start of the season and I could probably give you some helpful tips on how to achieve your desired elo. So with that said, let's get into our first tip. Play to improve, not to gain elo. It's the thought of gaining elo that makes raging such a problem in League of Legends, because everyone just wants to get elo as fast as possible. They just want to win every single game and climb the ladder. They don't think they need to practice or anything. Everyone just thinks they're going to climb automatically, which is kind of the case if you're good, but it just needs some time. Your attitude just has to change. You can't think that you want to climb to Platinum or to Diamond. You just have to focus and practice. Every single solo queue game is better practice than a normal game, so every game that you play in ranked is practice and makes you better. It's as simple as that. The only problem there is if you start blaming your teammates. You have to stop with that. You have to focus on yourself and look at your own mistakes. Only this way you will just get better at the game. If you just play a game and you're saying, okay, I did nothing wrong this game, then and you still lost it, then there's something wrong there. Because if you did some mistakes, well, that's the reason why you lost. You just have to look at the replay maybe, just think again, and just self-evaluate and be fair with yourself. Just say, okay, did I really farm as well as I could? Did I make a wrong play there? Did I did the right roam there? It's just simple things like that. Try to focus on that and analyze it. Tip number 2, mute everyone. This might sound really harsh, and if it does sound too harsh for you, just stick to the rule of muting everyone who just starts flaming at all. This is my rule of thumb for solo queue at least. So why should you do this? If you're someone like me, then if someone tells you you're stupid or if that play was bad, you're gonna start arguing. If you're like me, you're just gonna say, no, that wasn't wrong, I did it right there, what are you saying? And then it turns into this whole internet discussion, which is completely useless and won't achieve anything except wasting your time, wasting your nerves. You're gonna get angry, you're gonna get salty, you're gonna want to stop playing the game, but most importantly, you're gonna miss CS, you're gonna stop keeping track of the minimap, and you're gonna stop focusing on your lane. Riding should only be there for making calls, for example Dragon or a push or Baron, something like that. Nothing else. If you want to chat and banter, sure, that's fun, but shouldn't be during the laning phase during the game. You're just gonna stop concentrating, you're gonna ride, and you won't look at the map, as I said before, and you're just gonna completely lose focus. So if someone starts flaming, mute them instantly. The only thing you need to write are calls and what you're gonna do next, stuff like that. Nothing more. You don't need it. The pings are all you need, honestly. At least that's one of the biggest points that helped me gain elo and get to Diamond. So see for yourself if that works for you. Number 3 is very simple, very basic. Do not pick champions that you haven't played before, even though they might seem OP. I know, it's pretty logical, but a lot of people do it, so just don't do it. It's going to be talked about in the next few points too, but in general, even if you say, okay, Syndra or whatever, Yasuo, wow, that's such a broken champion and he's open. Who wouldn't ban him? I'm gonna pick him. And you haven't played him before and you don't have mastery pages for him and rune pages and you don't know what to max on him and what to build on him. Just don't do it. It won't bring any good. You have to play champions that you're good at. That's basically it. And number 4, try to pick champions that fit into your team comp or counter pick their team comp. It's something that is probably more important on a bit higher elos, at least in my opinion. But in general, if you see that they have a full-on engaged team comp and you feel like you need something to disengage or peel, go for the Janna or Nami instead of a Blitzcrank or a Thresh. That's all I'm saying. Like, just simple stuff like that. Just look at their team and say, okay, what could be good here if you're playing support or AD carry? Should I pick an AD carry with an escape here or not? Decide for yourself. Can they CC you a lot? Just simple things like that. If they have a full-on defensive team and a Janna, you probably shouldn't pick that Zed, even if you like him. But just things like that. Unless you're really good at Zed, of course. Then you can pick him. But this would be number 4. Alright, now for the ranked plan that I promised at the start. This will be a few basic steps that you have to follow, and which in my opinion could improve your chances of gaining elo and winning more games. So the thought process is very simple, but a lot of people don't do this, so I guess I might just explain it right here. First of all, the number 1 thing is to main one lane. You need one lane where you have 2 or 3 champions, something like that, that you know every matchup with, know which rune pages to take, which mastery pages to take, what to build in what situation, what works best, just everything about this champion. You have to feel very comfortable in every matchup with them, and your main goal here is to get 55% plus win rate with this lane. You want to get this lane every single game. In solo queue, just call it, like, I prefer this lane, whatever, mid or jungle support, and try to get this. And once you get it, of course, you have this free champion pool, and you can decide, okay, which of those champions that I can play to my best works with this team comp and against their team comp. So this is step 1. Next, you want a second main lane. On this lane, this will be a bit weaker than your main lane, but you still have a pool of 2 or 3 champions that you can play fairly well with and that you feel comfortable with. So you are going to practice this in normal games with your friends, for example, or in custom games. Just have rune pages ready for those 3 champions for this lane. It can be 2 champions too. It doesn't matter. It's about 2 or 3 champions. That should be enough. And again, just feel comfortable with this lane. You should be able to fill this in. Something good would be, for example, support, which a lot of people don't play and can't play well actually, which you can abuse in solo queue. And a lot of people fail to see the point in that, but that's something entirely different. But just for example, support. Just take this as your second lane, practice a few supports that you like, have rune pages ready, mastery pages ready, and know the ins and outs of this champion. Again, not as in-depth as with your main lane, but this should be your second lane that you can play without any problems. Okay, so now you have those 2 lanes that you have practiced, have a few champions that you can play, and you feel comfortable with those. So in most games, you should get one of those 2 lanes, at least in my experience. Sometimes, of course, you won't be able to since your last pick, or because your teammates just insta-lock your lane. It doesn't matter. Just try to get this lane, one of those 2, in every single game, and try to have a 55% plus win rate with those. This is your main goal. Don't have a big champion pool. I'm saying 2 to 3 champions because most people just say, okay, I have played Orianna, for example, some time ago, I might as well play her right here. And this is bad. This is not a good attitude for solo queue. You want to win the game. You want to stomp the game. and the best way to stomp the game is to play a champion that you're really good at, and that you have practiced, that you have experience with in a lot of matchups, since you might as well play against a matchup that you haven't played before, and then you just fail miserably because you have no idea how to play this matchup. Stuff like that. So 2 to 3 champions is a good amount, at least for someone who can't play a league that often. And 2 to 3 champions should be enough to look at YouTube guides, you can look at pro builds. For the other three lanes that you don't main and you don't excel at, and you might as well not like them, those are your fill-in lanes. Basically, if there's a game where you don't get your 2 main lanes, you now have 3 lanes that you have to fill in. For each of those 3 lanes, let's say you main mid lane and support, like in my case. You then have top lane, jungle and ADC. You can then rank, okay, what do I prefer the most of those 3 and what do I absolutely hate. So for every one of those 3 lanes, you want to have at least 2 champions, again, that you have played from time to time and that you know how to play. You know how they work, but you might not be good at them. You just have to be average with them. Those are the games that you, for example, have to get carried in, or you just excel at one champion and you say, okay, I'm gonna pick Lucian here because I always pick Lucian as an ADC and I feel good with him. I know that I can hold my lane with him and not lose miserably. I know what to do with him. Again, these are just 3 fill-in lanes that you don't want to get every single game. You just fill them in if you have to. But still, have rune pages ready, mastery pages ready, and item builds ready for those champions, and have at least 2 champions prepared in case you have to play one of those lanes. If you have to play top lane, just decide on 2 top laners that are good in the meta, that are maybe not too hard to play, just something like Renekton. Renekton has a good laning phase, and you should be able to just farm it out, and, well, might as well be a lane bully, depending on the matchup. So this is at least my attitude for solo queue. I always try to get my 2 main lanes, and the other 3 fill-in lanes are games where if I lose one of those, I'm not mad at all, because it wasn't one of my main lanes, it was just one of those games that I happened to lose, and it could have as well happened if I got my main lane. But if you get your main lanes, your win percentage should be a lot higher and should be high enough that you should be gaining elo. At least that's my viewpoint on it. But again, have something prepared for every lane. Not some random champion that you feel like playing now, some champion that you have played already, that you have rune pages ready, mastery pages ready, and item builds ready. Just some preparation. 2 champions, that's not too much. You have hundreds of champions in League, and if you just prepare 2 champions that fill in well with any team comp and are fairly good in the meta, just go for it. Alright, so this would be my ranked plan, and of course things that help a lot are watching streams of solo queuers that main your lane, also going on pro builds, looking at some new builds, looking at matchups, and of course best thing is just practice in solo queue. Practice those 2-3 champions that you like and you want to get really good at, and then you will be able to gain elo. At least that's how I see it. I did the mistake of, at the start of my ranked solo career, back in season 1 or 2, I just played random champions. If I felt like playing Orianna again, for this example, and I haven't played her before, I just felt like playing her, I just picked her, like, who cares? And I was still mad that I lost the game because I still thought that I'm good at her, but I can't be good at her if I don't practice her. And I see a lot of people that do this mistake, that they just pick random champions because they think they're OP or they just feel like playing them, even though they have no idea about any matchup of them. So, I hope that this video was a bit informative for you. I hope you can stick to some of my tips and tricks, and I really hope that you can achieve the elo that you want this season. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave a comment or add me in-game. If you like this video, leave a like, and if you want to see more of my videos, feel free to subscribe. It's always great to see more people that are interested in seeing some guides and tips for League of Legends. With that said, thanks for watching, and I'm out.